Hello everybody, Vergosity here. What's going on, guys? How are we doing today? Thank you for stopping by. Futurecraft episode number 21 today. How exciting. That's awesome. Guys, remember last time in our house we found this cool little banner. And I was told by Zephyr what it actually is. So it's not a 1 month banner. It's not a 4 month banner. It is the 4th month banner, meaning this is the 4th month the server has been online, I believe, and then everybody that's online gets their 4-month banner. The 4th month banner, not a 4-month banner, because there's a difference. It's not my 4th month, it's only my 1st month, but this is the server's 4th month, so because I'm here for this monumental occasion, I get this banner. So that's pretty cool. I want to make a little collection of them. I'm going to make a little place down in the base where we can put a collection of these, because we're going to have a bunch of them eventually, and a couple of other things we've collected around the server. Just some of the things that we've managed to find, and we want to put a little place to hold a shrine of things. And also, we are going to, of course, be working on the squid and ink farm. We are determined to get the last of that ice place down. So, guys, let's get right into it. Guys, I think that the sun is setting on the desert and the sun is setting on my need to place ice blocks down, because I think this is the last column of ice blocks that we need to place. So let's see here. I mean, I think that's right. Let's see. Let's do a little sleepy sleep, and then we'll look around here a little bit, because, whew, man. That was between those gates and that ice. I don't ever want to place another one of those things for the rest of my life. Let's see here. Let's just kind of go around here and see if we can find any places that we're missing anything. Guys, we did all this. Wow. 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 Yep. That's some sort of dedication or psychosis, or I don't know what it is, but that's wow, that's pretty good, man. That's a pretty good haul. Oh, I can't believe I did this whole thing. Or most of it. Other people helped out a little bit, but, that's amazing looking. Oh, very nice, very nice. I am not gonna do this little tail here either. If Zephyr wants to get that done, that's on him. I think this is good, and I just want to get some squid making now. The problem is, I don't really know. I see one I think I'm missing right in there. Just a couple of ice blocks right in there. But I don't know what the next step is, and Zephyr is not online right now, so I gotta wait till he comes on, and then we can see the next step. I imagine it's gotta be breaking the ice blocks and opening the trap doors, and then we would probably take the dirt out from underneath, or maybe put the mine carts down first. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll wait for him to see what he says the next step is, and then we'll get going on that. But I think we did the most tedious parts, definitely, is the placing of all those blocks. The rest should be a little bit easier compared to that. Still though, all those mine carts, because they're going to have to kind of weave, because it's not a nice even track, it's very jagged, so they're going to kind of have to weave in and out, and I think we're going to do multiple lines going all around, because one mine cart trying to do that whole thing is not going to be enough, so I think we're going to have multiple lines kind of running next to each other all the way around there. So yeah, we'll get something going here. Alright guys, we are down in the 2nd floor of our basement area. See, here we have our 1st floor, and we've got 2 out of 4 sections done, but we're going to work on that little trophy room, or collectibles room, or I don't even know what we're going to call it at this point, collections room. How about that? Because it's not going to be trophies, but it is going to be a bunch of collections of things. So my original idea was, I was basically going to take out this entire wall over here all the way around, and I was going to have it kind of loop around this water curtain, and then kind of come out on the other side, but it was going to be all open. Then I started digging out over here, and I found, check this out, I found this sweet cave right back behind where I was digging. So I think we're going to amend our plans, and I think we're going to put the trophy room back over here. So I'm gonna kind of flatten this out here and make it nice and even all the way back and open up like that, and then yeah, we'll close off those back little passageways there so no bad guys can come up and try to harm us. And that one over there too, I think, has got a passageway that goes up. Yeah, but this caves are actually pretty well lit up already, so that's a good thing. Don't have to worry about mobs coming in right now. Yeah, we'll just close that up, and then, yeah, this is gonna be... I don't have quite a vision of it yet exactly, but this is gonna be the trophy room, and basically, so far, we've got 2 books and 1 banner. So it's gonna be a little empty to start, but we need to get the room cleared out so we know where we want to put stuff when we start getting it, because we're gonna have at least, you know, well, I don't know how long I'm planning to be here, but it's a banner a month, so if I'm here for 12 months, we'll have 12 banners, and it'd be kind of cool, like, to display them, like, across the top, kind of, you know, like, across the top back here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then some over on this side, too, up along the top there. And then we'll do some, I don't know, some stands maybe to put some books on, and I've got a couple tools that I wanna put up, like the first pickaxe I was just about to break, and the memento of the first diamond that I got, but unfortunately I don't have it anymore because it went in lava, so we're gonna have to find a way to commemorate the fact that my first diamond went in lava a mere seconds after I found it. So yeah, I'm just chipping away this whole big area here, and once I get it opened up, we can start deciding how we want to decorate the walls, and how we want to start doing the floor, and start getting some more shape to it, because it's got a decent shape right now, but it definitely needs to be refined a little bit. It's just a little bit rough in some spots, but overall, yeah, this is going to work nice back here. This is almost... Is this perfectly centered? This is perfectly centered. Oh, it's off by 1. Or 2, maybe. So we'll have to change that a little bit. It's almost perfectly centered. So as we're chipping away here, our plan is changing about what we're going to do. Now, I like symmetry in my builds. I'm a huge fan of things being symmetrical on both sides. You'd notice that a lot in Bento and my bigger builds, that they're just very, very similar from one side to the other. But we're going to break away from that here. This is kind of lending itself to not being symmetrical anymore. So we got this nice pillar in the middle, and I thought that would just make a nice place to do a mirror on one side and then the other. But the way I'm looking at the cave formations here, I don't think that's really going to happen like that. I think that what we're going to do is this is going to end up being like a flat level over here. Okay? And then this side, we're going to end up putting some stairs kind of somewhere maybe like this or so. And you'll be able to walk up. And then we're going to have you curve around and go straight that way. And eventually it will come out to an opening. And it'll be like a little bit of like a balcony up above where this one is. So there'll be like a balcony up there that you'd walk to, and then this side will curve around and under those stairs, and we'll have some more display areas back under there. I think that'll look nice. I gotta make this column 1 wider, and I think I need to push the column back a little bit. Just because once we're gonna wrap it around, I want it to wrap around this thing here, so there has to be some sort of a wall there. So... more chipping away, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Well, it's actually starting to take some shape in here now. You definitely see my idea is actually coming out. So we got the big column in the middle right there, and then we'll have a little display area over here, and maybe a little bit right there, and then you can walk up to the second level, and then we'll have some more display areas all along these walls here. And this back wall and back here, and then it leads to a nice little balcony kind of overlooking everything there. And then on this side, we'll have more display areas here, and then this will wind under to this. Now, I just don't know if I want that to wind under all the way through and then be able to come out on the other side of where the stairs are. That actually might look kind of nice if I do that, so it just winds right around this big pillar here. And so this pillar was originally going to be like just 3 by 3. But I think what it's going to be, it's not going to be just a pillar. It's just going to be like a middle wall kind of dividing the 2 sides of the room. And then it'll extend back to about here. So it'll still be kind of a pillar, but it won't be round or square. It'll just be like 3 wide, and then it'll be like 8 long. I guess it's more of just like a ballast or just a supporting beam than a pillar. But same idea though. So yeah, we were just going here, and my pickaxes, let's see, we have 23 durability left on my pickaxe, so we got to do some tool repairs. And then I think maybe it's time to actually start putting some walls in and start figuring out how we want to decorating it, what the color scheme is going to be, what kind of blocks we're going to use. We got a couple new skins here. between Iwa. Iwa looks very normal. Zeph said, look at him. Zeph said he fell into the ink farm. That's pretty creepy looking. That's pretty neat. He fell into the ink farm and he's been dyed a little bit. It's all down. Oh, and he's got a little rose. That little rose on the back of your cape? Cute rose. Is that your cape? That's weird looking. Yep. I don't want your zombie flesh. How does he change his skin that quick? Nope. That's not where you belong. Do you need help getting down? Can I help you get down? I don't know. I think you're gonna be stuck up there for a long, long time. Oh, is it gonna? Oh, I thought he was gonna jump. He almost jumped. Did you see that? He almost leapt off the edge. Aw. Yeah, too bad, buddy. Yeah, we're on our way to go find some prismarine, and we're gonna go out and get some more sea lanterns. And Pignutto has done a wonderful job of cleaning up and making the Guardian farm look fantastic. So we got to go to minus 130. So this way. Boom. So yeah, no longer do we have to go search for it in the middle of the ocean. Now we hop through the portal and check it out. Boom. Right inside. And he cleaned it up. Something fierce. Put a nice big sorting system in here. Look at that. Love it. Let's see what we got for the other side here. Not much. This is what we need. We need the crystals. That seems to be like what I tend to go through the most. So let's get up in here. Let's do some killing of some guardians and get ourselves some prismarine, shall we? Yes, let's do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, look where we are. It's more ice farm time because Zephyr's online and we found out what we have to do next. The next thing we have to do is now break all of this ice and open all of these trap doors everywhere. I'm sorry, all of these fence gates. I keep saying trap doors over and over again. I just got yelled at. So yeah, all of this ice and all of these fence gates now need to be opened. So let's go find a little, let's just start right here and let's see how this is gonna work. Now we don't have a good pattern in yet or a good rhythm, so we're just gonna, oh, this is gonna be, oh my gosh. Okay, then we gotta go all the way down and then open every single one of these. Oh my gosh. Wow, this is gonna be... This is gonna be... Now, this is gonna maybe be the most tedious thing about this so far. Let's see, we're just gonna have to do kind of column by column, I think. Oh, man. Okay, well, actually, maybe not that bad. But there are a lot of them, so... So we have a couple other people. He was over here. Maybe we can get him to help a little bit. And Zephro's here too. So it's just a little tough to see. Huh. It's a little tough to see which ones are open and which ones are closed when you're in the middle of the water there. So this is going to be a little tricky. And this one, we'll just have to go column by column. Alright, so I always like to talk about the little rhythm that I've fallen into doing these, and this works kind of well, actually. Yeah, we just kind of start at the top here, and we just kind of float our way down. And as we float down, we just keep opening up all of the fence gates around us. And then you can usually get about 4 or so, because you can kind of stick out of the corner of the water, so you don't actually get blocked by the water, because if you step back a little bit, it's really hard to see, but if you're out like this, your vision is not blurred and you're still in the water, so you just very slowly float down to the bottom, and as we float down, we just kind of open up gates along the way, and it almost becomes like a little game. Can I get all the gates open before I hit the bottom? The timer is running down. Did I forget some? Oh, I did. Oh no, I gotta get that one. This one, got it, got it, got it, got it. Okay, I'm not gonna get it done. I'm gonna hit the ground first. And almost. I lost. No good. But yeah, that's one way we can do it. The other way we can do it is we start down here when we break this ice. And then we kind of float our way up, and we break like 3 blocks going up, and then we kind of stick out to the side here, and then we can open up a bunch of gates like this. Although it looks like I'm not in the best position. I'd want to be over here for this. So yeah, and then we can get all the ones down there. And click all these. So, I mean, either way, it doesn't matter. This is a lot of this to do here. Because the hitboxes on these fence gates are a little tricky to find sometimes. So then after we finish everything right around there, we just break a few more blocks of ice. We float up to the top a little bit more. Because we're always pressing our go up button here, or our jump button. So we're always heading up. What am I doing here? I'm talking and I'm kind of losing track of what I'm doing here, so let me get back to this. Alrighty guys, I've gotten maybe roughly a quarter of this done, I'd say, of breaking the ice and opening all the fence gates, and this is turning out to be one of the longer processes. It's just a little tough moving up and down here all the time. But yeah, you can see now all the water columns are trapped right in here perfectly, and the squid spawn, and then what they do is, man, it's really cool optical illusion. Every now and then I see some gates I still have to open, like one right up there. So what happens is the squid spawn in these little columns, and then they kind of fall to the bottom and drop, and eventually this dirt on the bottom will be gone. Like here, you can see one right here. And eventually the dirt on the bottom will be gone, and when they fall, they will fall to their death. Right now, they're just kind of falling and just dying on this dirt here because they are out of the water. But as you walk around here, you can kind of see every now and then there's a couple pieces of ink on the ground and then some dead fish on the ground too, because the fish are also spawning in here, but there's a little bit more. So it's definitely doing something. It's weird though, I don't actually see the squid in here. It's so funny. I've been trying to see one in the water and fall down. It's just every now and then I catch them just kind of down on the ground like that. I don't actually see them. Yep, and this is where we stop. So I asked if we get the collection system going. I think we're just going to finish up this one last little section here, and then we're going to get the collection system, at least something going, because as it is right now, we're just kind of wasting all the ink on the bottom, and that's just not very useful. We're trying to gather ink, not waste ink. So we turned our attention away from the ink farm, and we went back into our base here and have been chipping away and making it nice and neat on the corners, and I think this is fairly well what the design is going to be. The only thing I have to do is I have to put this little beam up at the top of the pillar here, so it's even like that. But I think that this is, let's see, maybe even couple slabs like that too might look okay. Yeah, there you go. And I think maybe on the other side too. So yeah, we're just going to recreate this, pretty much this exact thing up on the top. Of course, I don't have one more stone slab. But yeah, then I kind of tried to keep some of the formation of the cave and just kind of how it was originally, which is why there's this weird indent here and that jaggedness there. And then, yeah, the jaggedness up there too. This is definitely cleaned up a little bit though, but this will give us some nice space to put some things on the walls and hang the banners. I think probably this is looking like our biggest wall here, and this might be our wall of banners. The other thing we would do would be hang them from each one of these, but I don't think I'd like that as much. Or I could even put them on the side over here if I wanted to. That would look okay too. But I kind of want to keep the pillar open. I don't really want to put much on the pillar. I want that to be just a nice, awesome focal point right in the middle right there. So yeah, I think this is probably where we'll have the banners. We'll need to do 12 spaces because there'll be 12 months. So each month we'll get a new banner. But what do you guys think of the style so far? How do you think it's coming out? I think it's going to look good. We got to decide what kind of color we want to do. But usually when I do a room, this is what I do first. I'll dig it out and I'll lay it all out in stone and chisel it all out. And then I'll start coming in and taking down a wall at a time and replacing it with the colors that I actually want to put in there. That way I'm not getting too far ahead of myself, because a lot of times if I start putting the colors down, I might not like the design of it after a while. So I think this is a pretty neat design though. I think it's pretty unique and it's not symmetrical. So my brain is a little bit tipped offside here right now, but as long as this is in the middle, that is okay. At least we got one thing right there that'll keep me a little bit sane. that is all we have time for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for stopping by for another episode of Futurecraft. Thanks for checking out the ink farm. I'm pretty sure next time I'm gonna get some sort of storage in there so that we can at least start getting some ink collected, because that's our main goal here. And you know, I've only managed to get just a couple that have fallen on the ground so far, so we want to get some ink. We're also going to figure out how we want to decorate this room here, because one thing we have to consider, and if you guys have any ideas, I would love to hear them, but one thing we have to consider is this is going to be open from the top to the bottom, and each floor has its own kind of color scheme. Now, we don't want this floor to be completely different than that floor, because they might clash. Like if we did a purple here, you're still gonna see it. So I think what we need to do is we need to kind of blend each floor into each other. And this one's kind of orange, then we need to kind of take the orange into another color, blend it, and then down and blend the next one. So if you guys have any good ideas about how we can accomplish that and what kind of color scheme we want to use here, please let me know down in the comments. And if you guys want to catch that episode and you hit subscribe and click that bell, then you will always know as soon as a new episode comes out. You guys have a great day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.